Thank you so much for your purchase of the social media image templates. I think you're going to love them. Now, every single element within these images is 100% customizable and editable. But the beauty of them is they are also completely ready to post as is. They require no editing. So before I share some special editing tips with you on each of these different templates, I want to show you real quickly how to save them as high resolution files in case you want to just get going and you want to use these and get ready to go. So I'm going to first click on this quote images, the script style. And let's scroll down here to this first image. And so let's say this is the one that you want to download. You're going to come up here to the right-hand corner where it says download, click on this little caret, you'll click the download button, and then choose PNG. That's going to be the highest quality image you're going to get. Canva will give you a couple options, a sliding scale of options. So you can do the 1x size. If you want an even higher resolution, you could go 2x, but honestly, for social media, 1x is perfectly fine. That will download the square size as a 1080 by 1080 pixel image, which is ideal for Instagram and works great for other social media channels. Now, before you click this blue download button, make sure you come over here and select the pages. So you're going to scroll down and just click page 5 if you just want to download this image. If you want to download more than this, you can check them all or just leave it unchecked and then do all pages. And so it'll download all. But I like to do one at a time. So I'm going to unclick that and I'm going to click on page 5 and then I'm going to check download. And then you can see it will download directly to your computer. It will most likely go into your download folder, or you can click on the little caret and click show in folder. And then you can move this image to wherever you would like on your desktop so that you can find it quickly and easily. Then from there, you can load that image either directly onto the social platform that you're wanting to post it, or you can post it in your favorite social media scheduler. Now let me show you a few editing tips. I want to go back really quick to this folder I have right here. And as you can see, I have a folder with all the images. So if you have the ability to have folders within your Canva account, I highly recommend placing all of the image files into a specific folder where you can refer back to it easily and you can find them all really quickly. And as you can see, the images are titled first by what type they are. So if it's a quote, then the size, so a post size, and then if there's two different styles, then it'll say the style. So I have a script style of the quotes, and I also have an image style of the quotes. Now you'll see the other size, so I have this post size. The other size is a story size. So these are 1080 by 1920 pixel images, and they are ideal for Instagram stories and Facebook stories. So let's go back over to this quote post, and this is the script style. So these are meant to be very minimalist and simple. They really stand out in the newsfeed and they create a beautiful aesthetic, but they can also be completely customized. So obviously you can change the font to whatever font you want. If you want something different, you can absolutely do that. You can change the size, and the easiest way to do that, if you want it bigger or smaller, I'm just going to grab all of them by taking my mouse and highlighting them all, and then click right here in that bottom corner, and you can size the entire thing up or the entire thing down, or you can move it around. You can change that text however you'd like. Now, if you want to do more editing, you can move and manipulate each individual text box however you would like, change that sizing, the spacing, whatever you think looks best. Now, the other thing you can do with these templates is add images. So you can upload your own images using this upload an image or video button. You can click on photos, and then you can do a search for a specific type of photo. So let's say I want to have a sunset in there, so I could put in a beautiful sunset. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're looking for photos, if you do not have a paid Canva account, you will not want to use these pro photos. These are only available with paid Canva accounts. So if you have a paid account, great, you can use these photos. If not, I recommend filtering your results. So click on this little toggle right here, and you're going to click free. and then apply those filters. So now you're only going to see free photos, and you're not going to be wasting your time searching for stuff and being disappointed if you find something that won't work. When you find a photo you like, just drag it over, and if you place it just right, you can see it'll snap into place there, or you can bring it in like that and manipulate it however you like. I really love that snapping in place function though. And when you double click on that, then from there you can move it around and manipulate it more if you like. So, and then if you want, you can also change the text color. If you want to, let's make this white to make it pop better against that dark blue background. And let's change all of this on here so it's consistent. And you can also add some drop shadows if you want. So when you click on the text, you click Effects, you can do a shadow, and let's change that to make it a dark shadow. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Or if you want, you could do this lift where it creates a little fade back there, as you can kind of see as I play with that slider. So I'm going to go back to that shadow. I liked that darker shadow there. Now there's one more piece that you might want to add before you're ready to download your customized image, and that's either your website URL or your logo. So if you want to add your URL, just click the text and you can add a text box, and I'm going to move that around, and I'm just going to type in my URL here. Let's make that white so we can actually see it, and I'm going to bring that size down a bit. And I also want to change the font. If you have a specific brand font, you know, definitely use that. And let's get that centered just right. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now, let's say you want to have your logo instead. You simply click the Uploads button, click to upload an image or video, and then you can grab your logo from your website, wherever you keep it. There's mine. Let's bring that in there. And once that's loaded in, you can, we don't want it to take over the whole thing. There we go. You can bring it into your template, resize it, let's delete that, and place it however you'd like. There you go. Now, I think that's a little dark, but let's say for, demonstration purposes, it looks great. You're ready to download. Just go up here and follow that download procedure that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Now, let me show you some tips in some of the other templates. So those were the quote images, the script style. Let's take a look at the question images. And this is again the post size. And so let's scroll past these first few pages. Hopefully you've read these already and you've gotten into your templates. Let's go to this first one. So the one thing to note about these question images is there are layers to these. And I have this right here set to be positioned in the very back so that you can still manipulate these little embellishments and the text just fine without having any issues. But if for some reason you can't access this text, it might be because this is to the front. So I'm going to bring this all the way to the front now. And look what happens when I try to click on the text. It's because this is in the front. So make sure that you have these borders placed all the way in the back so that you can easily manipulate your text. Now, same thing with the quotes. You can manipulate the text, resize it, change the font, you can manipulate the embellishments, remove them, whatever you'd like. You can also add in images if you would like a specific photo. Let's bring this one in again. See how quickly that just instantly changes the template, and it takes a matter of seconds. So these are really easy to edit and customize as well. Okay, let's go back. So we've looked at the quotes, the questions. Let's take a look at the holidays, and I'm going to look at the story size this time so you can see one of the templates in the story size. So let's scroll past these initial pages. And as you can see with the holidays, a lot of these have animation with them. So you can post these on social media either with the animation or without the animation. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute, but I also want to show you anytime you see this type of image right here, that's a placeholder for you to insert your own images. So I'm going to bring in this photo of my family right there. Hey, that actually positioned pretty darn well. And then I'm going to bring in this other image of us. There we go. And yeah, not perfect, but hey, it works for demonstration purposes. Okay, so once you have the images in there that you'd like, and again, you can make any changes. You can change the background color, resize different elements, remove different elements. But once you're happy with your template, here's what you need to do when you download it. So if you want to have the animation, when you click the download button, you need to download it as an MP4 video. So you are going to load this into your social media scheduler as a video. You could also load it as a GIF. So that's completely up to you. I would try both, see which one works best for you and is easiest for you to load into your preferred social media channel or your scheduler. So you're going to need to use one of these two files if you want the animation to display. If you don't care about animation, then just download it as a PNG high quality image, and you're still going to see some elements of this animation. So let me show you real quick. I'm going to download this so you can see what happens. Let's download that. Okay, now it's downloaded. I'm going to show it in folder and open it up, and you can see that some of that animation still made it into the image. So you can still post a lot of these animated images just fine as a static PNG image. So I'm going to scroll through these real quick. You can see, so there's a lot of different animation built into these to really draw attention when they're in the news feed. Okay, so that's the holidays templates. Now let's go over to the brain teaser templates, and I'm going to click on the story size of those because I have an additional element on the story size of the brain teasers. So they each include this brain teaser header right here. So if you do not like that, you can simply highlight it and remove that out of there. I'm going to put it back in. You can change the text size like all of the others. You can change the font color. Maybe you don't like the red highlights. You can make it all black if you'd like, or maybe you want to make it a completely different color. That's totally up to you. I'm going to go back to that original format. But the one thing I really want to point out on these brain teasers is the images. As you can see, there's a very lightly faded image in the background. So when I double click on that, you can see the full image. You can move it around if you'd like. You can also delete it if you'd like. So when you double click on that, you can just hit the delete key and remove the image. I'm going to put it right back in there. But if you notice, this image is very faded. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm going to click on there again. If you click right here, this is your transparency, and all of these are at about anywhere from like a 10 to a 20 in transparency. So if you want to bring more of that image through, you can increase that transparency, but as you can see now, your text is almost disappearing. So that's really up to you how much of the transparency you would like in those images. I'm going to turn that back to a 10. Or maybe you don't like the image at all. Again, you can delete it and bring in your own photo. So let's bring back in that sunset image, and there you go. Maybe that's how you'd like to post it. Maybe add your logo, your URL at the bottom, and you're good to go. Okay, now I have one more template I want to show you real quick, and that is the quotes image style. So let's go into the story size for those. Let's scroll down. And each of these quotes, they are all now in block text, and they have really colorful, vibrant images as the backgrounds. Now, if you really like these images that are used, I want to show you how you can copy them into other templates. So let's say you see this and you're like, oh my gosh, I love that. Well, you really don't want to be spending tons of time searching for it in Canva. So you can click on that, hit your copy key. So I'm going to hit Control C on my keyboard, or you can just right click and hit copy. And then let's say you want it in your brain teaser. So let's delete that image there. Make sure that this template is highlighted. See how it's highlighted in blue? And now I'm going to click Control V to paste it, and boom, there it is in this template. So you can do that throughout any of the templates you would like. Now I wanted to point that out because a lot of my customers like to have these images within other templates, particularly within the quote images within the script style. So a lot of people don't like to have this very minimalist look, and they want to have bright, colorful looks even with the script font. So you can absolutely do that with the click of a button. It's super, super easy. Okay, so I hope this tutorial helped give you some special tips and tricks that you'll be able to use to quickly customize these templates to make them work for your unique business needs and your unique style. Now, if you have any questions or you need support, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at info@angiegensler.com, and my husband Trevor, who handles all of our customer support, will help you out. Well, have a great day, and I hope you love these images and they give you some outstanding results on social media.